What's going on, folks? So right now I'm at the ShadeCraft booth, as you know, and we're gonna check out some cool stuff that they've got going on over here. But I want to actually take a quick tour around the booth so you guys can get an idea of the things that they've got going on. So let's get started. Now, they've got some really cool things, products that I've never seen before, which is actually very interesting because I've seen a lot of tech. But I think right now what we're gonna see is something that I don't think anybody can even say they thought of it before. But check this out. This is the Sunflower by ShadeCraft.
And we got Alex here saying, "What up, Judd?"
What's up, Alex? Now, this thing has like a ton of features. It's you know what? I'm not even gonna say. I got somebody better who can give you some more details on what this thing can actually do. Let's check this out. Oh look, Harry. So we're actually gonna go ahead and meet up with the CEO, and he's going to give us all the deets, let us know what's exactly inside of that sunflower. So we're gonna go walk inside of here and see what he has to say. Right, let's see. Alright, what's going on, man? Hey. You guys see this? This thing is nuts. This is insane. I don't think anybody can say they've seen something like this before. So we've got Armen over here. Nice to meet you, man. And we've also got Edgar. Thanks, guys. So Armen's gonna let us know. Armen's gonna let us know all of the details about the sunflower, and all the kind of cool things that they've got going on here. Now I know this thing is packed with features.
Yeah, it's we're really excited to launch Sunflower for the first time. I think it's going to revolutionize the way people live outdoors, and we're super excited, especially from the consumer standpoint, to get feedback and know, if we're on the right track.
Yeah, for sure. So what would you call this exactly? Like, what's the pitch here? Who's this for? What is it?
We are the world's first autonomous robotic shade, and which tracks the sun for solar energy, completely AI integrated, so you can speak to the shade. It's got Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, security cameras. It connects to the Internet of Things and can interface with your entire smart home ecosystem. So that's the entire plan.
How did you even get so many features inside of this thing, man?
Well, that's what industrial design is all about. I think robotics is fascinating, but I think the marriage between robotics and design is what makes a product a consumer product. It's always fun to play with like motors and sensors and stuff like that, but how do you integrate these? And that's where industrial design comes in. We're super excited about that. And we think that we've designed something that is streamlined and lightweight enough that the consumers hopefully can move around and take it from their home to the beach, disassemble it, put it in their car. Yeah, that's what the whole thing about Sunflower is.
At the beach.
Yeah, it'd be fantastic. It's a dream to see actually several of these one day kind of moving in tandem to the sun, literally at the beach. It's one of my dreams.
Yeah,
in the future, somewhere I'm not even expecting, to just go somewhere in Miami and say, oh my God, there's like 50 of these.
Yeah.
That would be beautiful.
That would be really cool. I'm always happy with people who have more tech, so seeing this kind of thing go widespread would be pretty cool. So what's the kind of customer that wants this? Can you explain that? Like, who's the guy who wants to pick this up? Besides me, since I want everything tech, but what's the main guy?
I mean, Sunflower is designed to hopefully help the way and improve the way people live outdoors. And that's what our mission is as a robotic startup. Our entire focus is to be able to provide solutions that improve people's lives outdoors. And Sunflower is our featured product, and I would say that basically from our standpoint this is for a wide range of consumers, as well as to the business sector, and from resorts all the way to the private home, from camping to beach, to the desert. So I think it's a wide range, and hopefully hopefully in the near future, as we release more products, more versions of Sunflower, there'll be opportunities for consumers to choose different types of products that fit them better.
So there's going to be, so you're hinting at multiple Sunflowers in the future, right? So what kind of alterations could we see to something like in the future?
Well, we'd like to design some smaller versions in the future that are more compact. We have plans to design some larger structures that are more permanent as well for universities, buildings, etc. But for right now, we're interested in the consumer interacting for the first time with a solar, sort of relationship to an object that is very viable. Solar energy is being collected right in front, sort of at a viable state where it's not just on your roof. It's an object that's collecting solar energy while it's protecting you from the sun, connecting you to the Internet of Things. You can listen to your music. You can choose whatever you want. You can connect to your own, sort of music provider, or choose from our application, which I'd like Edgar to speak about a little bit. And then, controlled lighting. It's really going to make people's lives outdoors, much more, relaxed and enjoyable.
So this is like the ultimate relaxing machine when you're outside. Maybe you're sitting, chilling in the backyard. You got this thing with you. You got, I guess, a crazy speaker built into this.
Sure.
You've got the shade moving wherever the sun goes, so you don't have to worry about.
Exactly. You don't have to run around, move it around. Exactly.
Oh, that's awesome.
And your communication is the most important thing. I mean, if you want to just chill, even at night, turn the lights on, have a glass of wine, have a podcast read to you from the AI. I mean, that would be an amazing thing.
So there's lights built into this?
Yes, there's integrated lighting, controlled lighting, so you can actually, just change the intensity. So we're super excited about that.
What didn't you put in there, man?
The juicer. But as a robotic company, we probably could have, but I think it would have been a little bit ridiculous. Yeah, it's almost like, we really appreciate and are fascinated by the innovations of multiple companies. For example, smart sprinkler systems, smart, for example, barbecues. However, I think that this object, this robotic shade, is the only viable product to actually put computers inside and cameras inside. I mean, for consumers to be able to be at the office and view their children swimming in the pool, the security features that connect to your security provider through the cameras that are going 360. The fact that you can move the security camera around, decide, I want you to go from my front door to this area of my backyard continuously all night.
That's really cool. You wouldn't even expect it to have a security camera.
Exactly. So it's got two cameras. It's not just security cameras. It can actually snap, pictures. So that's the great thing. You can also plug your phone in when the battery dies. I mean, how many times at the beach or the pool you got to go find a plug? That's using solar energy directly and immediately in a viable thing that's protecting you. But at the same time, you plug your phone into it.
Yeah, I love the chargers. So that is amazing.
Yeah, it's fun.
So this is like an extension of like the smart home. So there's usually when people think smart home tech, they've got stuff inside the home, but this kind of extends that to outdoors.
Correct. So that's why our tagline "Step Outside" is a message you'll hear like for several years now. In the future, as we release more of the Sunflower's versions, I think it's really important. I think we've got so many things going on inside the house. So sometimes I wonder if the teddy bear is going to make the coffee, or the coffee machine is going to tell the teddy bear to close its eyes. So it's getting so saturated. We were the first company, I think, that recognized that it's necessary to step outside. And that's our campaign. And our focus at ShadeCraft is, again, to design outdoor robotic solutions. So
you're able to control all of this with an app?
Yes, and I'm going to ask our Director of Product Development to come and explain that to you. So we're going to show you the way, how user-friendly it will be. The app's in development this year. As you know, the product will be available about 12 to 14 months to the consumer. So we're working on the application. We're going to go through some product testing and consumer testing. We really want to hear from the community what they like, what they don't like. What kind of colors they want, where do they want the button. We take that information. Again, it is built for the consumer, so
that's cool that you guys are willing to listen to some feedback.
Of course, that's what it's for. Because if it was from the engineers, it would just be out of aluminum, and you start seeing springs on the outside. We're not going to do that.
Right.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to introduce you to Edgar.
Appreciate it.
And hopefully, we'll take it on from here. So,
all right, thanks a lot, Edgar. Thanks, man. show us this cool app?
Yeah, sure. So I just want to show you the kind of features that he was actually talking about. So basically, I mean, this is the larger version of the app, but so once you open the app, you go to the front page when you have your lights, controls, manual, your personal information, talks about the temperature outside, speed, wind speed, and all of this information will be derived from the umbrella
It's
itself.
using all of the sensors.
Yeah,
and
so all the
whatnot.
sensor data will be displayed here. UV index, solar savings, which is kind of cool because it shows how much energy it collects, how much it's using. So we'll show all that information, and then from the app itself, you go to a couple of different options here. So the camera option, we have disabled right now.
Okay.
To show the actually what's happening on the
And there's
in your
two
backyard,
cameras?
two cameras,
Okay.
two different angles. And then you have your music that you can pick, your library, AI. You can enable the voice control, which is a pretty cool feature to open it, close it, turn it. And the last option that we have here is a manual control. So basically with the manual control, you can adjust every setting you want. Turn on the lights, off, set the intensity, open, close the shade, rotate for your preference.
So you can rotate, like you can rotate the shade.
Yeah, essentially what happens is that once it starts, it goes into automatic mode, and it starts tracking the sun.
Pretty simple.
It's pretty simple, straightforward. I wouldn't want to overcomplicate it because with the apps that deal with any sort of robotics, there's 1,000 different options that you can control. So we try to compact it as user-friendly as possible, so that it's just right. Like manual controls, for example, we'll put it right here. Anywhere you are, you have the manual override option to do whatever you want to do. So you can enable. These are the settings essentially. And you have 1, 2, 3. You pick which one you want to control.
And I assume like over time, these things will get updates and
Yeah, essentially, exactly. So this would be on your phone, so you keep getting the updates every time something is changed or released, and you have all the updates coming straight from there.
That's crazy, man. It's just, I can't believe there's just like so much tech and things that go into this. Cameras, speaker, lights. It moves automatically based on the sun.
Yeah, it's like taking all the outdoor products that exist out there and kind of combining into one object that kind of makes sense for it to be outside, I guess. So that was like the idea for this, to have an object outside that have all of these technological advancements that we've been living through for indoors, stepping outside in a body that makes sense.
I can imagine this by poolside. You know, you're just laying down on a chair and then just you got this thing going. Like, what else do you need? Phone's charged, you can charge on it. You got everything.
You got your music. It gets dark outside. Turn off the lights.
Yeah, it's a little too dark.
You need to turn off the lights in the house. You tell take over voice control and tell them do whatever you want to do.
It's crazy. So that's pretty awesome, man. Thanks for of course. I mean, know about it. Thank you. I think I definitely want to get some. I want to get to know this thing a bit more, man. This is awesome. Alright guys, well, this thing is pretty sick. I think I've never seen anything like this, especially here at CES, but that's what CES is all about. Finding products that you've never seen in like a regular store. You see it here first. But thanks you guys for joining in. Hopefully you enjoyed it, maybe you learned some cool stuff. I think I gotta include this guy in a video or something. But till the next one guys, it's your average consumer. Peace.